The aggregation settings panel in the search relevancy control plane allows you to set the aggregation fields. It has the use case column similar to the use case column in the search settings with the same options. Only the fields that have the use case set to aggregations appear here. By default, AppBase sets all fields to have the use case aggregation and search. But if you're not going to use a certain field for aggregating it, it's better to set the use case as none. This would effectively allow you to have more storage within the index. There's also an option to set the aggregation type. So the categories and city in this case have the aggregation type set to term. If we had a numeric or a date field, the aggregation type range would also be settable from this UI. The aggregation types use case is limited to test search relevancy UI. It lets you test the facet values. So as I selected coffee and tea food, which had 7 items, I could see my results shrink to 7 from 999. In the same way, if I pick Las Vegas, my results would shrink to 156. Beyond these, you could also set the default size for aggregations. For instance, if instead of showing the top 10 results, we wanted to show maybe the top 5 results, and that would be easy. Actually, let's do 3 so it's easy to see the difference. We can now only see the top 3 categories and the top 3 cities. It lets you play and have more room in your sidebar. You can again set the query format to either or and the difference here is, let's say if I pick restaurants and pizzas, that would show me 9 results, and if I pick coffee and tea, that would show me 7, right? So in net I have 16 results. This is what the query format or would do, and would try to find an intersection. So in cases where there's common choices between the two, you could basically use the and filter. It's more common to use the or. Very rarely do you want the and. Like in this case, it would just default to no results because there's no intersection between these two categories.